Is Mario gonna get dethroned by this blue weirdo? Stick around and find out. My name's Neil. I'm here to bring you fast, punchy videos. No scripts, no plans, no punches pulled. Let's go. Today, we're reviewing Sonic the Hedgehog for the Sega Mega Drive. And yeah, it's another platformer. We're changing lanes, we're going to Sega. You know, I want to touch on some things. Nintendo, they really got the platformer kicked off. They made Mario. He was great. Everyone loved him. They introduced him in Donkey Kong. You gotta remember Mario, he was tough. He was no nonsense. You couldn't mess around with him. He had attitude. But then, something happened around, say, Super Mario Bros. 2. Mario, he got turned into a mascot. So we went from attitude Mario to mascot Mario. And mascot Mario was all smiles and sunshine. He wasn't cool anymore. And it was a real kind of a bummer. But, you know, by doing that, Nintendo, I think they were trying to appeal to the kids, I guess. But really, they were leaving an empty void of attitude. And that void of attitude was begging to be filled. And Sega, well, they came around, and boy, they made a strong attempt here to fill it. And I'm going to tell you whether or not they succeeded. They made Sonic the Hedgehog. And Sonic, he's blue. He's not a human at all. He's a hedgehog. And you know, I don't know what to think about Sonic. I didn't know what to think about him. I popped this game in and I start playing. This game is fun. It's colorful. It's poppy. It looks beautiful, first off. The colors are amazing. You're in these lush environments, and it's fast. You're zooming through the levels. Zoom, zoom, zoom. It's like a roller coaster. You're going on tracks. You do loop-de-loops. It's like a mixture of like being a roller coaster and a pinball. I mean, that's what Sonic feels like. He rolls up into a ball. He can run fast. What I think is cool about Sonic is his attitude. Sonic just has this raw attitude. It's unadulterated. He's got a youthful energy. He's not some old guy. He's young. He's hip. He probably likes rap. He probably likes punk rock. You know, Sonic's just cool all around. I mean, everyone wants to be Sonic. And he's running through these levels, and you notice that he's fighting these creatures. At first, they look like natural creatures, but they're not. These things are robots. You can tell. It's like one thing looks like a ladybug, but you look close, it's not a ladybug. It's a robot. When Sonic gets to the end of his levels, he actually burst open a container of beautiful forest creatures, bunny rabbits, birds, etc., etc. And they scatter about everywhere. And also what he does is, there's a sign, it's got the villain's face on it, Dr. Robotnik. Sonic spins by, and he spins the sign, and it's got his face. It's almost like Sonic's like a graffiti artist, fighting against this giant industry. He's got that vibe about him. He's going to be doing graffiti, he's going to be doing punk rock, he's going to be doing all those things. Sonic's just cool. Like, that's the #1 rule about Sonic. Like, when they were making this character, they must have thought, we have to do everything we can to make this character cool. I mean, the only thing that would have made him cooler was to put him in sunglasses. But yeah, he's cool. Speaking of the Dr. Robotnik, that's the villain in the story. And, you know, he uses these machines, he uses these robots. He's obviously up to no good. He hates nature. What's he doing? And then he's putting the little creatures in this container. It's like he wants to harvest them for some reason. It's really bad stuff that he's doing. I got some of my gameplay going, but I want to take a look at some of the artwork. Let's just flip over to this. Of course, we have the main cover here that I showed you. And you see Sonic. He's got those eyebrows up. He's got that finger wagging. Like he's telling Dr. Robotnik, you know, you know, I'm not gonna let you do nothing. But it's not even like he's concerned about it. It's more like he's gonna stop him just because he's cool. That's what's cool about Sonic. And he's in this beautiful place here. And then, you know, this is an alternate cover this was the Game Gear cover. You can see him. He's getting chased by one of the robots. This is like a robot wasp. And then he's got Dr. Eggman over here, Dr. Robotnik, chasing him. And I want to take a look at Dr. Robotnik because if you look at him, you see him, he's in his little robot flyer, but, you know, we got some other art here. If you see him, how did they design him? Let's take a look at this. He's a human guy. He's got a big mustache, and he's wearing red. Does that sound like anyone else you know? Does that sound like someone that you could be really, really familiar with? Yeah, you're right. It does sound like Mario. You know, I think Sega was taking a direct hit at Mario with this game. And I think that's a really ballsy move. They were going all out. They were saying, we're going to make Mario the bad guy in this game. And also, but not, you know, Mario kind of had a little bit of a gut, you know. Mario's a little fat, but he's not too much. He's just like, he's a working guy still. With this one, it's like they took Mario and they just exaggerated all his worst features. They made his mustache ridiculous. They took Mario, they made him bald. And then they took that little bit of weight he had, the dad bod, and they just completely exaggerated it and turned him into a ball, turned him into an egg. So it's like they're really making fun of Mario here. I think it's really ridiculous. And I think it's funny. I think it's funny to take some pot shots sometimes. You know, because if Nintendo hadn't abandoned Attitude Mario, I would think this is unfair. I'd be like, yeah, so what? You want to fight? Let's do it. But since Nintendo, they abandoned Attitude Mario and turned him into Mascot Mario, I'm actually not that offended by Sega doing this. By Sega taking some of these shots. I think it's alright. So, yeah, Sonic, he's cool. He knows what's going on. Everything that Nintendo abandoned with Mario, Sega went overdrive to put that in Sonic. I think that's fun. I think it's really cool. So, with Sonic the Hedgehog, on the rating scale, I think, it's an iffy. I'm a little unsure. No, I'm not unsure. 2 punks up, there's no question about it. I mean, how much attitude can you pack into a single character? It's ridiculous. Sonic, everyone must have thought he was cool back in the day. I'm just learning about him for the first time. But yeah, we love Sonic. I'm moving over to the Sega Genesis, no problem. I'm going to throw my Nintendo away. Throw my Famicom away. Throw the NES away. All those things. I'm going over to Sega Genesis. Throwing the Nintendo Switch away. You know, I hope Sega has a new console to, you know, because I'm not buying Nintendo anymore. I'm only going to buy Sega consoles now. But thank you for being here, and thank you for watching the review. I need you to make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel, because I need the help. First off, I need it. I need the likes. I need the comments. I need the subscriptions. I need the engagement. Don't leave me hanging here, I'm telling you. But please do all those things. And tell me what you think. Do you like Mario better? Do you like Sonic better? Do you think that Nintendo should have kept the attitude in Mario? Do you think if Nintendo had kept the attitude in Mario, that Sonic would have even been popular? I don't know. But thanks so much for watching. You have a good rest of your day.